Chapter 14. Orchestrated Encounter. Assistant Fung, is Mr. Pierce in? A cool voice sounded overhead. Assistant Fung looked up. Seeing the visitor, she quickly broke into a smile. Miss Hart, Mr. Pierce is in a meeting. He said if you come, please wait for him in his office. Grace Hart thanked her politely before pushing open the door and stepping inside. While brewing coffee in the pantry, Assistant Fung ran into Logan Brooks. A memory flashed of the woman Mr. Pierce had carried out of his office not long ago. The suit jacket had hidden most of her, but the hem of the dress and the line of her calf had been enough for Fung to know. It wasn't Grace Hart. Last time, when Mr. Pierce carried a girl out of his office, you followed them. Do you know who she was? Fung asked, eyes gleaming with gossip. She'd never expected the lofty Mr. Pierce to stray. Curiosity gnawed at her. What are you imagining? That was Miss Hart's younger sister, Logan replied, frowning slightly as he lifted his cup. And the second Miss Hart isn't that kind of person. Fung leaned against the counter, drumming her fingers idly. She gave him a long look. You seem familiar with her? She hadn't even known Grace had a sister. She's a famous ballerina. Just search her online. You'll find endless coverage. She's always been gracious and polite. Logan himself had driven Ava Hart to see Adrian that day, only to later discover in the news that the lively young woman was in fact an internationally acclaimed dancer. Her return to New Harbor had been a media storm. Fung raised her brows, surprised. But for a family like the Harts, producing such talent wasn't unthinkable. You said it yourself. She's a celebrity. Of course she has an image to maintain. Fung had once idolized a small-time star, only to be disappointed when his facade crumbled. Since then, she never trusted what she saw on the surface. Meet her yourself, and you'll see. She's not two-faced, Logan insisted. Fung gave a mocking click of her tongue. Well, your future boss's wife is Miss Grace Hart, not her sister. That has nothing to do with it. Logan arched a brow, coffee in hand, and left. Fung shrugged it off, carried the coffee back, and set it carefully before Grace. Grace sat properly on the sofa, posture flawless. Watching her, Fung marveled. This was what a true heiress looked like. Every movement was the picture of refinement. Once the secretary left, Grace sipped the coffee, eyes drifting toward the window. Soon she would be trying on engagement gowns with Adrian. Happiness warmed her face. After all these years of unrequited love, she finally had her reward. Sweetness welled inside her. Surely they would be happy. She thought back on all she had done, all the patience she had shown. In the end, it felt worth it. But then, an image flashed in her mind. Ava Hart's face. Her smile faltered. Yet when she thought of Adrian's temperament, her heart steadied. He wouldn't look back. The summer sun poured across Adrian's desk. A gleam bounced off something, catching Grace's eye. She turned her head instinctively. Something was on the desk. She knew Adrian guarded his privacy fiercely. She had always respected his boundaries, never doing anything that might displease him. But now, her instincts whispered a warning. That desk held something she didn't want to see. Grace clenched her fists, inhaled deeply, and walked over. Beside the keyboard lay a diamond stud earring. Her step faltered. She nearly stumbled, clutching the desk edge for balance. A sharp pang struck her chest. That earring, she recognized it. Adrian had given it to Ava before she went abroad. Grace's hand rose, reaching out when the door swung open. Mr. Pierce, there's a dinner at Cloudview tonight we can't decline, Logan's voice carried in. Then he looked up, spotting Grace by the desk. Miss Hart? His tone was polite. Grace snapped back to herself, quickly turning. Her face must have looked pale. Have you been waiting long? Adrian entered, one hand in his pocket, striding toward the desk. He picked up his phone. Let's go. I only have an hour this afternoon. Grace gazed at his noble, detached face and wondered if the one he were engaged to was Ava. Would he still treat her so businesslike? Grace? Seeing her dazed, Adrian called again. Are you unwell? If so, let's go to the hospital. We can look at the gown tomorrow. His tone softened slightly. Grace forced a smile. No, it's nothing. Just lost in thought about the group's matters. A silver fishtail gown shimmered under the lights as Ava stood before the full-length mirror. The fringe swayed with each turn, giving a crisp jingle. Her delicate face shone with a radiant smile, bringing the dress alive. Ava, "This gown was made for you. You'll have every man on his knees," Autumn exclaimed, eyes wide with awe. "Say it properly." Ava laughed, giving Autumn a playful punch. "Stop calling them dogs all the time." Lena, adjusting her own gown, chimed in. "But they do trail after you constantly. It's exactly like a pack of dogs." She and Autumn exchanged a look, then burst into laughter. Ava shook her head helplessly. "Keep it up, and next time at my place, Seven will bite you." Seven was her Shiba Inu, which she'd gone through great lengths to bring back from abroad. Autumn and Lena had met him at her West Garden villa days ago, instantly smitten by his charm. "Those men could never compare to Seven. He's the cutest in the world," Autumn declared. Lena nodded thoughtfully. "You're right. Comparing them to dogs insults dogs. Miss Harris, hurry up and try something yourself. You keep pushing us, but you haven't tried a single gown," Ava teased, steering Autumn toward the fitting room and reminding the clerk to bring the gowns they had just picked out. As Lena slipped away to change again, Ava lingered by the mirror. Through the reflection, she spotted Grace walking in, Adrian by her side. Her lips curved. Her mother's information had been on point. When she'd suggested Ava try a different boutique instead of her usual one, Ava had guessed Grace and Adrian would be here. And sure enough, she was right.